morning, it's Elena here, and I'm bringing you my fairy tale walk. It's a story, a true story of romance and love and fate and hope, I guess, and it happened to me and I want to share it with you, and I'm hoping one day it will make a fabulous film or a book, and I'm hoping to maybe write this book. And if any of you out there are script writers, do contact me, because I'd love to make this a reality and make this happen. And I want to just tell you the first part of my story, and it was all when I was in my mid-30s and working in a gym, shift hours. I didn't really have a life, and I didn't really get out, go socialising and meet anyone. And my boss actually picked up on this and he said, Elena, you really need to get a life. He said, you need to go out there and meet somebody. He said, you're getting on a bit now, to put it blankly. And so I took this on board, but I was a bit nervous of joining these dating sites that were fairly new at the time. But I did find one, and it was called Wayne, Where Are You Now? And it was for people that worked on sociable hours, perhaps travelled a lot, were like in the military or the forces, and yeah, so basically I went on this site. Literally I wanted just to meet a friend so that I could then go out and hook up with them and yeah, do a little bit more socialising. And wasn't really expecting to meet a male partner or have a relationship, but it was just literally to start out. And it turns out I got a message from a guy who is in the RAF, and the message started, hello England, this is Afghanistan calling. And sorry, I'm walking down some steps, I just have to keep looking down every second. So he said, yeah, hello England, this is Afghanistan calling, how is it over there? So I was like, oh wow. Looked at his profile picture, thought, gosh, this guy's quite young, handsome, he was all in his RAF uniform, and he was contacting me. So we started the conversation, started writing to each other, and it turned out he was going on R&R soon, which was for rest and recuperation. He was going to come back to the UK and have a week recovery, and I was saying that I was doing triathlon and that I was training, and he said, oh, down at the Magnet Leisure Centre, which was my local swimming pool. And I didn't check his profile to see where it lived, but it turned out he lived down the road from me and he knew the whole area where I lived, and he was coming back so we could meet up. So we booked a date and I met him for the first time. He was sat outside a pub near his home, and he had a couple of little gifts for me. One was a Burberry bag and another was a Gucci watch, which he'd picked up from the Afghanistan market, and they were all fake, but it's the thought that counts. It was so sweet and so romantic. So we had a meal out, got chatting, and the date ended really well. Kissed each other on the cheek and all that, and decided to meet up again. I was just about to go out on a training camp to Italy, which I did every year, so I was going to go out there for a week. So we kept in contact and took things slowly, because I really liked this guy, and I thought, you know what, I'm not going to rush this, I'm not going to mess it up. So I took it very slowly and cool, went out on my triathlon trip, and we met up again, and things continued, and we started dating, and eventually he moved in with me, and it was going quite well, going quite seriously, and I was just kind of in the back of my mind thinking, this guy's really nice. I was actually hoping he was going to propose one day, and it just didn't happen, but we did a lot together. He came on a lot of my trips doing my triathlon, and we went out to New Zealand together for a month and got a camper van and went travelling around New Zealand. So that was so much fun. It was such an adventure. His dad managed to get us a camper van and did it all up for us, and we went out there and we did things like skydiving, canyoning, what else? We just travelled around the whole of the South Island, and I was convinced he was going to propose to me over there. You know, you as a woman, you kind of get this fixation in your head, I guess, and you always just like, you know, wait for that perfect moment, and you're just thinking, when's this going to happen? But it didn't, and he actually got me a ring, but it was for my birthday. So, you know, when you don't it's the whole moral of this story is things happen when you don't expect them to. And there's a second part to this story, which I'm going to tell you in another video. And as I say, if you are a script writer and you want to know more and you find the story exciting, then do contact me. So we came back from that holiday, and I'm going to tell you the next part in another video. But as I say, the whole thing is, I wasn't really looking, and when you're not looking, things happen, and they happen for a reason, and I really believe that. I really believe there's fate, and things are mapped out, and there are coincidences. But I think if you go looking, a lot of the time it doesn't happen because you're forcing it to happen. So have hope, have belief, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And particularly if you're a romantic like me, really just let it just go, let it happen, let it just happen. It will happen, and believe, because it happened to me, and I thought I'd be on the shelf, never having a family, and now I have 2 beautiful children, and I will share the rest of the story with you another day. So follow me, stay tuned, and I'll bring you the next one. So bye.